I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. I smack my girl's ass, tell her pinch me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. Danny G, Miley, and Jimmer in the house tonight. How we doing tonight, boys?
Awesome. I'm over here smirking a little bit, borderline chuckling, because it dawned on me again. Like the cuteness in his eyes when the first time that our song came across and you didn't have that part clipped out. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that look?
Do you know how bad I want to...
Almost like a fist fight where they're doing the song. They're like, oh, God, what was that song? Where he's dancing with his daughter up on stage and it's...
I'm a Barbie girl.
No. They're sitting there dancing, and she's like, "I don't." Yeah, it's like, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
The Big Sean song, and he goes,
and then they start dancing together.
Like,
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Fuck it.
Yep.
And he starts breaking it down. It's just that kind of reminds me of the same look that he made.
That's perfect.
Where he's like, "Oh shit, what?"
Yeah,
what?
he noticed right away. That was funny.
Dude, I would love it if my kid did that.
I'd be about it.
Like, we're getting expelled. We're getting expelled together, though, hon.
Danny, I know for a fact, has some stuff for us. Or we're going to pry out of him because he's been sending us some juicy stuff here in the last couple days, right? He's got our wheels spinning.
It's rough.
I got a guy at work. I showed him a couple of your things that you sent me, and he's full on board with what we believe in, generally speaking, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, he just bit into it. He's like, God, I didn't fucking think of that. Didn't think of that. See, I told him, I've been telling these guys, like.
Yeah, that's exactly where my head was at.
But the stuff is coming out, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck. Yep.
So I know we have something coming. I do have a video I need to share with you two gentlemen from the wonderful TikTok, not FickFap.
Damn it.
Not
you know what FickFap is, guys? It's the TikTok of porn.
TikTok of porn. Dude, we actually have some of my son's friends that listen to this. I guarantee they probably found it.
Okay.
They probably know what it is.
Okay, tell your parents it's TikTok. Get off of it.
It's just FickFap.
I'm sorry, kids. TikTok. Stay on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, we got to... I need to find the video. But we'll get to that point. But, yeah, that's kind of what we got.
Yeah, easy enough, man.
A little bit.
We definitely have some good news. I don't know if you were going to kick it off with this, but I think this is good news, man. We got good news on Hamlin, right?
We do.
Let's start with that shit, brother.
We can't do that. I don't have it. I didn't have it as one. We will start with that, though. When I was typing these up earlier,
yeah,
I actually put it in there and forgot to put it as number 1. So
I got you.
But Mr. Damar Hamlin has his breathing tube removed, and he FaceTimed with the Bills.
This is so awesome. The Bills are going to win the Super Bowl now, man. This is too much good juju, man. Yeah. Oh yeah,
I'm
this
with
is
you.
so fucking cool.
They already were a borderline Super Bowl favorite, right? Like they were at least they were in the top 5 for sure. Like where you're all right, legitimate shot, right? Like something like that.
FaceTime talking?
Yes.
Yeah.
FaceTime talking with his teammates.
First thing he said.
I'm sorry, Damar Hamlin, for what I thought,
No, everybody. I did. It still doesn't mean that he's going to be 100%
No, I understand that, but he's already exceeding from what I was reading from doctors.
Yeah.
The first thing he said to the doctors when he was able to speak in that was, "Did we win?"
No, he wrote that.
Or he wrote that. You're right. You're totally right,
that,
actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did we win?
He wrote that, and the nurse said, yeah, you won the game of life.
Of life, yep.
And I'm like...
Fucking cool.
And you know what?
That's one badass motherfucker in so many ways. Not even just the winning aspect or the team or anything. Just literally the first thing you thought of was your team. You didn't think about you, like, hey, the very first thing, did we win? That was about your team. That isn't about you.
Right.
At that point. Like, you don't even know everything that happened to you.
That's the craziest thing about it is he had, now he probably does, but he had no idea what happened.
Right.
He just, as far as he's concerned, he got hurt. He's in the hospital. He didn't know. He would get 9 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't know that his heart stopped. Like, he didn't know any of that. So he just is like, if you, I don't know, the closest thing for us is you fucking pass out when you're drinking, right? You wake up and you're like, oh, well, here I am. I don't know what happened.
Don't know what you're talking about, Danny.
But, like, that's the situation, right? He doesn't know. So he's like, oh, shit, did we win? No fucking comprehension of what just happened.
Dude.
It's so crazy.
Damar Hamlin is my new 50 Cent.
Dude, he's badass, man.
50 Cent got shot 9 times. My boy went 9 minutes without breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, without a pulse.
You know one of the people that 50 Cent respects the most in this world, though, right?
Me. Nickelback.
Seriously, have you seen how many, there's so many different interviews. It isn't just one.
Oh, Eminem? Is that what you're going to say? Yeah. Yep.
Every single time Eminem gets brought up, he's like, well, Eminem, he's like, it's my guy.
Oh, yeah. He owes
do you have anything? He's like, I owe exactly what
he owes his career to him.
He's like, I owe everything to him. He's like, hey, what Eminem is to me is what Dr. Dre was to Eminem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
He's like, he's everything to me. He's like, there's nothing that you can convince me otherwise.
And Sobe Water is 50 Cent's Eminem.
Vitamin water.
I don't know how to explain it to you, but like when that's
is it vitamin water?
Yeah.
Yeah, but 50 Cent was like pretty much broke, and then he invested in. Didn't he become like a part owner of?
Yeah, he was part of the reason. No, vitamin water is what it was.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. So he almost became. I don't think he quite got there, but he almost became a billionaire.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, not Sobe Water.
Yeah.
I know. What
No, that's when I don't know if you remember when
it
was called vitamin water. It blew up like. How long ago was that? 15 years ago?
Oh, yeah, it had the white and black labels.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was that many years ago because I remember like him seeing a bunch of videos of like or whatever article saying that he was losing all his money financially, and then all of a sudden, cause he even started going a little crazy. Cause you see him at an event or two or here and there. I don't know if you remember seeing that awkward Fox Sports one where they're talking to 50 at like the IndyCar race down in like the pit.
He'd do anything for the spotlight. At that point.
And then he's like, he starts like blatantly hitting on her, like while she's trying to be like
Jesus.
Yeah, then I'm not. He's like, damn girl, like shit like that, like
that's 50 Cent trying to sell some vitamin water.
Hey,
yeah,
make that money.
So kudos to him.
Yeah,
great story. I'm with you. I think it's a signed sealed deal. That whole community, that whole team, the other team's players are jumping on there.
Against them.
Yeah, nobody's going to be. T. Higgins, I read a little more even about that, like what you were talking about, him and his mom and Damar's mom and all them and dad have more than embraced him because they know they know what's going through his head, and they're like, this isn't on you, And
did you see Josh Allen's interview?
Yes, the one where
was awesome.
Where he's like, hold on, I got one more thing.
Yep.
That one?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so at the end of the interview, that's exactly what he said. I got one more thing to say. He's like, I've heard a lot of things and read a lot of things about people saying specifically to T. Higgins. And first of all, he's basically denouncing it, right? I don't know exactly how he said it, but he's like, that had nothing to do with you or what you did. It was a football play. Like, you could not have done anything different, man. So
right.
That was really cool to see Josh do that too.
He's like, you did absolutely nothing wrong. It was a football play. Yeah. He's like, there's nothing that nobody else would have done any different.
Somebody needed to come out and publicly say that though, because there is some idiots in this world.
It was ridiculous. Like when I watched the
replay, has death threats.
Right, and it's stupid because I told you guys when I watched that, when I finally got to watch the replay, because I didn't see when it happened. When I watched the replay, I'm like, it wasn't a malicious hit. There wasn't a bad hit. It was a shocking, like, what just happened? Because it looked like a normal NFL hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, in no way, shape, or form did I think, not 1 second did I pause, like, what the fuck did T. Higgins just do?
That was as normal as it gets.
Yeah.
And honestly,
in fact, you could argue the other way. Should have hit him harder. That's what I'm saying? When it comes to the football side of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always rooting for my dude. I'm like, lay him out. Like, whenever a quarterback thinks that he can run on you, as soon as he crosses that line, lay him out. If he wants it, I guarantee he's going to think twice about running again.
You think Damar Hamlin thought he had an easy tackle. I guarantee you ask him now, he's like, I was going in, he was going in. That's football. That's what football is.
Yeah.
I'm certain he knows a freak accident is a freak accident, and that's what happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
The news of all that.
Well, I was going to
Were
say.
you going to go with that?
Well, I was going to say the league MVP is not going to a football player this year. It's going.
They'll find something.
No, it's going to the athletic coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. The guy that gave him he's the guy that resuscitated him.
Yeah.
He was
Not saying he should.
I mean, I'm not saying that he did it on his own, but he was the first one there that started administrating it. And if I'm the NFL, that's the MVP award.
Yeah.
That guy is the most valuable person on that field that day in the most immediate moment that could ever need somebody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little out of order. I really want to go to the next one because it ties into what we were just talking about. But I gotta get this video off. Okay.
Yeah.
We always have the GOAT conversation, and we tend to lean towards LeBron, right? At
least
it's
it's way closer recently, but yeah.
Right, but we've always been like, stop hating, watch what's happening right now in front of your eyes, especially in today's athletic society versus the 90s. And I was a Jordan fan. I was a diehard Jordan fan. That's what made me love basketball. But the fact that there's pure blatant hatred for the thought of LeBron even being in the conversation of it is ridiculous. But I want you to listen to this because I was finding this when I was doing that fucking little thing called TikToking, waiting for the kids to come out. Okay?
Who's saying the video?
This is Isaiah Thomas talking, and he's basically saying it to one dude that we just so happened to talk about last podcast, the most LeBron hater in the world.
Oh, yeah, this isn't new. I think I've heard this.
No, maybe you have. I know which one you're talking about, I think, but maybe it is the same one.
Okay. Yeah.
But this isn't like he didn't get angry or anything. This is actually a discussion. I'm like, fuck, I never thought about it like that.
With Magic Johnson?
No.
Oh, that's a good one where he cries. No, I know
yeah, they both cry after not seeing each other. Like,
oh no,
Oh well,
I need to see that then.
So Magic Johnson and
Isaiah Thomas, Magic disowned him and would not talk to him. I think maybe until that interview, like he literally would not.
I think
talk
it was
to
like
him.
It was a ridiculous amount of years too.
It was a long,
and they were
time.
best friends.
Mm-hmm. And he in that interview apologized to him and stuff, and Isaiah broke down and
he started crying.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Thank you." And then Magic Johnson started crying, and then I'm in the background
crying.
Don't go to a barbecue with Magic Johnson if there's a mosquito.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Whoa! I just gotta look out for Isaiah. The dude didn't talk to you for 12 years. You ain't best friends.
Go ahead.
So
I got some. I'm gonna play this. Got me down a rabbit hole because it started going a different way too when I started going down this list, and then we got into some shit where Suge Knight. Yeah, I got some conspiracy shit.
Suge Knight's he's done it twice.
Let's go.
No, he admitted it right in front of national audience, and no one caught it at first.
Is that later?
That's later. This is different.
No way.
All right, let's talk about LeBron.
LeBron. One, Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, let's hear it.
Do you know who his high school coach is? Do you know?
We'll make sure it's all.
LeBron James came straight from high school. Do you know who his high school coach is? Do you know? No. Do you know?
I know St. Vincent, St. Mary, but I don't know the coach.
So this is the point I'm trying to make.
Quotes from,
right?
Yeah.
He didn't go to college. He's taken every rookie coach he's had to the NBA Finals. So from an educational standpoint and a knowledge base, where did this brain come from? I mean, he's the Einstein of basketball. Mm-hmm. Because when you look at myself, you look at a Jordan, you look at a Shaq, you know, we had Hall of Fame coaches. Like Michael Jordan played for Dean Smith, Hall of Fame. Then he goes and meets Phil Jackson, Hall of Fame. Doug Collins, those were his first coaches. He was around Tex Winters. I was around Chuck Daly, Coach Knight. So from an educational standpoint, the knowledge that we were given and what we were able to apply out on the field and out on the floor, that came from somewhere. I look at LeBron James and I go, where'd he get all this? LeBron James came straight from high school.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that the one you heard?
I don't know. Maybe. I know I've heard him go back and forth.
I never thought about it in that context. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like we've always said, like he's He's very like whenever we thought about his basketball IQ, right, Danny? We were sitting there talking about his IQ, but we never thought about it like that. I didn't think about like, well, where the fuck did he learn it?
That's true. Yeah.
You know, like you learned it from your high school basketball coach who no one's ever heard of.
Right.
But all these legendary players, and I didn't think about the part, like I really didn't think about that part about like taking. I kind of did, but I didn't. I didn't put it all together. He took every last one of his rookie coaches to the NBA Finals.
That's a crazy stat.
Name another player that has ever done that. Even taken 2.
I could have never named him doing it. So
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It don't happen. And you're hearing it directly from him, and you have Skip Bayless actually shutting his mouth and listening.
Because it's a great point.
Because it is.
Yeah.
He's like, where the hell did he get the knowledge in? If he's not one of the best basketball players basically on the planet of all time.
can his high school team actually played some of the best at the time. Like LeBron had to run through some pretty big names.
He did.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
So what
Melo's
was that?
the big one you think of. Yeah.
Melo's the big
they're
one, but they
thinking
ran
big.
through quite a few, like the high nationally one. I can't remember the name of the academy he was at. It's pretty big time. I'm talking Carmelo's. It's like I can Oak Hills.
Wasn't it? Was it California?
Oak Hills.
Yeah,
Oak
yeah.
Hills. I'm pretty sure Oak Hill Academy, wherever that's at. Wherever that's at, I just know it's like Oak Hill Academy. I think it's like a red or burgundy and yellow or something.
And when LeBron was playing high school basketball, that's still when basketball was, the no foul league. Like, we're slamming the ball. Like, I know I'm not separating NBA and high school, but I'm saying, like, you could get by with a lot then.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's, you could say the coaching or not the coaching, but the fact that LeBron actually, these people that they were beating, the teams they were beating, and his coach is somebody that nobody can name.
The biggest joke of all time is anytime you hear this, and I know that you get a chuckle every time you've heard it, but anyone that says that LeBron couldn't have survived in the 80s and 90s basketball, 6'8", 250, rock solid. He plays in an era that is whatever. I mean, they call fouls for everything, right?
Yep.
You're telling me if he couldn't have made it in the league playing in the era, if he grew up in that era, in the body shape he is in right now, you are fucking high.
I think his stats would be better.
Mark Price played in the league.
So this is what people don't understand, right? So no matter what, it's no disrespect to any era of basketball. Mm-hmm. I understand that the defense is lacking now because that's what the NBA wants. They want viewership, so they got to score more points.
Yep.
But they are better now than they were in the 2000s, than in the 90s, than in the 80s, right? They're just better athletes because there's more knowledge. You've got the internet. You can learn stuff. There are better coaches, all these different things. Yeah, they're better now. There's a lot. This is the reason, like, the top 50 is always, like, new players are getting in the top 50 all the fucking time. It's because they're better, man. And LeBron's no different, right? For all the reasons you just said, but also because he's better than everyone back then. That's the bottom line.
Everything, absolutely. Everything that is present now. Think about this for a second. I was thinking about this, like, 'cause we just started baseball practices. So my week's going to get goddamn busy. Especially with basketball, too. Basketball, baseball. But regardless, I was thinking about this when I was taking Quentin to his travel baseball practice. How many travel baseball opportunities were there when we grew up?
Exactly.
There's a guy there. I shouldn't say
You could
it.
go with
I
your
was gonna say-
church. That was it.
for softball.
You could go with your church. That was it.
Yeah. But you either that or one, maybe if you were cool enough, rich enough, or whatever the scenario, and one of the fathers started one, maybe. Because I had travel basketball for one season. Because they needed one spot, and they see me draining some shit. As soon as they found one of their other little buddies from
Not
the
in the
rich
bathroom?
neighborhood. No.
Okay.
As soon as they found one of their little rich buddies for the next season, I wasn't on. You know what I'm saying? So, but regardless, now you literally go right to even Mason City, Iowa, at the Yard. Opportunity of a lifetime. You pay this, your kid is going to play travel baseball, softball, or whatever. It is there. if you have that here, that's across, for the most part, across the nation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're constantly getting better. That wasn't there back then for us. It really wasn't. Not definitely. Everything you learned because of your own dedication. If you're going to go out there and play nonstop, practice nonstop. There wasn't videos. There wasn't YouTube like that. So you'd have to rent a video from Blockbuster or something.
Everything is more accessible. Back in the day, you there'd be like, I don't know, a couple people maybe within, so many hours of where you live that you'd have to go to be able to learn what these kids can learn right now.
Yep.
Right? And that's a big part of it, is they're able to learn things so easy now. Things are so much easier, that's also one of the knocks on the NBA or any sport now, is they don't necessarily have to work as hard in a lot of cases. And you see it, especially in my opinion, in basketball. You know what I mean?
Well,
but the skill set is definitely better.
Those guys would not have been what they are today if they played in this era. Because whenever you say they're not going to make it in this one, well, Chamberlain would have made it in this era because he was a physical freak, but he would not have averaged his ridiculous stats.
Right.
He, even in a non-defensive era that we're in right now, there's too many freak athletes out there right now that you are no longer the only 7-footer out in the field that could jump 15 feet in the air. You're no longer that guy. There's plenty of dudes that are 6'8" that can jump that high, that can block your stuff.
Right.
Right, so you're not going to average 50 through a season. You're not going to average 25, 30 rebounds. That wouldn't have happened back then. Michael Jordan would have been great in any era. He would have.
Yeah.
And he probably would average what he kind of would. He'd have to work a little bit harder outside of playing the Detroits and shit back in the day. All the other teams that he faced through the regular season, those were nobody. You don't know the names of the dudes that were defending him. You don't.
Right. Most of those people would not be playing in the NBA today.
They would not happen.
Right.
Two things.
Okay.
So if they say LeBron wouldn't make it then, I disagree with you that Michael Jordan would have the same stats now. The way Michael Jordan drove to the rim, be a foul on him. With the authority he went, because the guys now are flopping.
All right.
You get what I'm saying? If you come, like LeBron comes down, I'm grabbing my stuff and we falling down. I'm trying not to hit you.
I thought you were gonna go a different route, but okay. I thought you were gonna go with the other classic one, the more recent one, and that'd be Jordan couldn't shoot a three. Go back. Today is a 3-ball era, and what I mean by 3-ball era is you don't need to necessarily shoot 40% or anything like that. Ridiculous. But like, for instance, LeBron, since we're on that right now, is LeBron shoots about 35% roughly, somewhere in that ballpark, give or take 1-2%, either which way.
And he didn't come in shooting that good for three.
No, he did not. And Michael Jordan's like best, if I don't have it right in front of me, but his career average is it's under 30%. His best season of 3-point shooting was just over 30%. For me, I didn't think about that part what you were saying, which I don't disagree with. For me, would he be just DeMar DeRozan nowadays?
No. So here's
not that bad.
It's
DeMar DeRozan is a good player,
like,
but he's a 2-point. He's a 2-point player.
I think the easier comparison is saying, could these guys now play back then? It's harder to compare the other way because, so in Michael Jordan's case, he was, besides Kobe Bryant, probably the hardest worker in the NBA ever, right?
Yep.
Agreed.
If he was in the league now, he would be one of the best 3-point shooters in the league because he would
that's where
practice
the
it so
game's
much.
at. Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Okay.
So just like his free throw, the legendary, he could shoot free throws with fucking his eyes closed, right, and make them. He was amazing in almost every aspect of basketball. He was, just flat out. So I think he would actually be better in that sense in the three because he didn't have to be back then.
Right.
But I think the easier comparison is saying, guys, now simply you take everything else away because of how much more athletic they are. You can't improve athleticism not as easy as you can improving your 3-point shot or your free throw or things like that, right?
Yep.
Just that reason alone, these guys now are so much better than you know what I mean? All those guys, we talk about fucking plumbers playing in the NBA, right? They can't move with these guys now. They dribble so well. 7-footers dribble so well. Those motherfucking blocks that were 7-footers back in the 80s and 90s could not do anything. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that I look at it.
But I want to feed off that, though. So you're saying you can't say that, vice versa, right? But at the same time, we're comparing stats, right? Back and forth.
Yeah. So
So then this is the other thing. So LeBron gets to go back then, if that's what you're saying, LeBron gets to go back and do all that, right? My other take on it is Michael Jordan here. Other teams are shooting the 3 ball. Michael Jordan's making 2s. What happens? The lead is going towards the other team. Mm-hmm. It's not close. It's not a 2-point game. We can't go back and forth no more. Michael Jordan's got to go to that below 30% 3-pointer that he's not going to hit.
That's what Danny's hitting. What he's trying to tell you though. He's
Okay.
saying that Jordan's drive and work ethic. That wasn't the style back then to shoot threes.
Yeah.
If he flip flopped, you're talking about if they go back in time, whatever. They wouldn't be shooting threes if they went back in that time.
No, I'm saying not
era.
to. I'm saying to take that out though.
Right.
Like, don't allow that.
Don't allow.
Don't allow
So
that.
you're saying skill set as is.
As
now
is. Don't
versus
allow
that.
that into the argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you can. I'm just
I got
saying.
you.
I don't.
I get where you're going.
Yeah. Don't
if they
bring that in the argument.
If you literally were able to rewind Jordan and LeBron or anyone in this era down to the same exact age is what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Right now, and you took Jordan down to the age of his prime, we'll say 28, 29. We'll say 29, right? And you take LeBron to whatever his prime was. I actually think is pretty damn close to the same, maybe like 31. Because he was hitting stupid stats. Like his field goal percentage was over 60% for a small forward. So that'd be that, and his 3-point percentage, everything went up by that time.
Yeah.
So about that age, put them both in. I see what you're talking about. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And I believe that too, actually, because it isn't just him. It's like anybody. If you put him against Steph,
Yep.
he's not going to be able to guard Steph. You didn't have a player like that back then and can drain it from anywhere from half court and just a little outside of half court, actually, from anywhere on the court.
Yeah.
Yes, he can't defend you, so you can go ahead and go down court and go ahead and probably dunk on him or get layups here and there and shit like that. But eventually, you can't make the same amount of threes as this man can.
And the longest game in history would still be going on right now if they could both be the same age. Be 21, first to win by 2. LeBron and Jordan would still be going at it today.
I wish we could have seen that. I really do. I wish we could have seen some of these greats play against each other in prime. Like you can if you do video games.
Yeah, dude. It
But-
would be. That's the hard thing is to literally compare them side by side.
And I hate doing that,
Yeah.
right? Because like I don't want to hate on Jordan.
Right.
He was so dominant in his era. That's all that matters.
I owe LeBron a little bit more respect. I do. Like I hate him. I hate him, and I don't know why. I think it was all the flopping he did for the longest time.
Yep.
And then now he comes out and he's calling people out for it. I'm like, you started this movement.
Yep, you're right. And that's part of the problem, too, with him. And it bugs me, too. And he does that shit. And he's changed the game in a negative way in some fashions when it comes to, like, a little bit of resting or I control my destiny. There's no commitment to anything anymore. I'm not saying there should be because I'm kind on the player side on that because literally the ownership can get rid of you any fucking time and not do anything. There's no commitment to you either.
Yep.
So, but there's never a bashing of them. So I'm kind of with it, but yeah.
No, I totally get where you're coming from, though, because so Jimmer's in the same boat with me on this. We hated Kobe. We just thought he was a
Oh,
moron.
really?
Yes.
Fucking hated Kobe.
Yeah.
Oh,
The rape thing
hell.
definitely did it. And then
This
you
is
try to get rid of-
awesome.
You try to get rid of the most dominant player in NBA history.
Yeah.
Most arguably the most dominant player in NBA history in Shaq. You copied everything about the dude that we love that got us into basketball. And you potentially raped a woman. I don't think he actually did necessarily after stuff's. I think it was kind of early phase of all this,
Yeah.
right?
Kobe?
Yeah. In Denver.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Go ahead, though. That's all I was going to say was that part right there was
But yeah,
why
then
we did.
after, and especially like that last season really started to make me kind of turn. And then, of course, when he passes away and you start to like see more that I didn't pay attention to when he was playing, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I'd have watched him work because There's a reason I said like that work ethic with Jordan.
Yeah.
Kobe is 1A when it comes to work ethic. Nobody touches that. And so you hear all the stories about fucking Kobe was out there working out in the gym at 4 a.m. when I saw him, and I was getting back. And then I got cleaned up and went to practice, and he was still there at 9 o'clock shooting. And, you know, all those different things. And you're like, God damn, man. Yeah. This dude was just there to be the best and to win. And you don't always agree with the way he did things, but I wish I would have paid more attention and gave more respect at the time.
Well, in 3rd grade, I was the fat, chubby kid wearing the Kobe Bryant jersey, the yellow and purple, 5 days a week.
Jeez, the fucking fat chubby kid. I love how he put it.
And then,
I used to hate there was NBA game time? Is that what it was called? Or NBA hang time or some shit. Oh, it was a knockoff version of, to me, it was a knockoff version of NBA Jam, but it was on like Xbox. And I used to play against Max Cervantes, and he used to use the Lakers all the time. He loved Kobe Bryant and Shaq.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking cheat code, not because of the Kobe part, which this isn't a shot at Kobe because we just said love you. Shaq, they made it to where if in this one you're allowed to jump up and block no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Kind of like NBA Jam, right? There was no goaltending.
Yep.
You could not launch a shot, dude, because it was during his MVP season where he averaged almost like 3 blocks a game and a ridiculous amount of rebounds and points. Dude could not be stopped. So if you played with him, you were going to win because you could not score because anything you shot from anywhere on the court was getting blocked.
That's fucked up.
You couldn't stop him.
Reggie Miller beat him.
Reggie did.
Yeah, you give me Reggie Miller on that game, done, Shaq.
Not in that one. Not in that game because he was allowed to goaltend. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're saying he? Oh,
yeah.
No.
It was like an NBA Jam version, so you could block anything around that, and he could jump out.
I got my games mixed. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it was called like NBA Game Time or something like that. It didn't go beyond like 1 year of it or whatever, but.
So when you were talking about player stats getting better over the years, right? Like the 3 balls getting better, all this stuff is getting better. I actually read something, and maybe I heard it from you guys. Not real sure, but
Probably.
There. Do you know why Olympian track times are getting faster?
Steroids?
Well,
No.
Allegedly, no.
Allegedly.
But it comes down to their gear. It comes down to their shoes. It comes down to the stuff. Like they're saying if.
Hold on, I'm gonna help you for half a second. I'm part
go
of this.
for it.
So, golfers back in the day, wood clubs. Do you think it's purely just working out that Bryson DeChambeau can hit it for almost 400 yards? No.
Helps. Every little bit helps.
It does.
What?
So what I'm getting at is like the best golfer in the world back then was playing with wood clubs. Mm-hmm. Don't know what he was driving. We'll say his best drive was hitting around 250.
Cork? Are we going cork on this?
No. Listen. No. Listen to what I'm saying.
joking.
Though. So Bryson is like one of the best long drivers in the game. In the PGA Tour, whatever he's at now. Is he in Live? I think he's in Live.
I think he went over to Live, yeah.
I think he went to over to Live. So he can bomb at almost 400 yards, or he is at 400 yards, some shit like that, right?
Ridiculous.
It isn't just his body type. It isn't just all the training. It isn't just the millions of swings and shit with the trainers and all the stuff accessible today, like we were just talking about. Look at how much money going to the fucking clubs.
Yeah.
You don't think the best golfers in the world back in the 50s, you don't think that like a Jack Nicklaus with the same clubs that are rolling around out there today that can autocorrect some of your shit, and he was already dominant already, if you would have added that shit. So yes, I'm just helping you.
Nailed it.
The equipment part of this.
Yeah, you nailed it.
I'm just helping with yours. Go ahead. I was just pointing out like the golf one is like one of the biggest ones I thought of. I'm like, you don't think that dude could have dominated now?
Right.
Give him the same clubs, brother.
Yeah, back then they were trying to go, is this walnut?
Right.
Get him out of here. No, it's just like they were saying whoever had the fastest 100-meter yard dash, right?
Yep.
They were saying if they had these shoes, like the cleats with the spikes, because I think when he had it, they were barefoot, that it would be the fastest time still today.
Holy shit.
I wish I could remember the person's name and the exact stat, but I was like, what? But that's sports science for you.
Sports
Yep,
science.
sports
yeah, bro.
science. Is that show still a thing? The little mini clip that was on ESPN?
I don't think so.
I haven't seen him for a while. It was kind of cool to see that every so often, right?
Yeah.
That little lighthearted part where it's like what this dude could hit with the force of.
Yeah, dude. Actually, now that you say that, that was fucking awesome.
I used to like it.
Yeah, they would do, like, even in football, like, what are the odds that they would have caught that for a touchdown right there?
Yeah.
There's a 3.1% chance that they should have caught that.
And then try to show like how special a particular receiver is. Like it takes 0.12 seconds to catch this ball, and he catches it like that, like one hand, like because they're firing him on purpose to him and shit like that. I don't know where those went.
Who was it
That's
they
true.
brought
That
to
was
tackle the dummy? I want to say Ray Lewis, but I could be completely
No, he
wrong.
would have killed somebody.
Well, that's what I was going to
He
throw a
did kill
joke in
somebody.
there. I was going to throw a joke in there. I was like, yeah, you made it look like he murdered a dummy on TV. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
Here we go.
No, that's all right. What else we got, bro?
We're gonna roll with we're back to tying into the Bills and the playoffs. NFL approves a plan for possible neutral site AFC title game in light of the Bills-Bengals canceled game.
So they're just giving it to the Chiefs is what they're doing.
This gets sloppy.
Nailed it.
That's hilarious.
And it basically all ties around the Chiefs in almost every scenario. And I can give you the scenarios if you'd like, but it basically comes down to that. I don't think there was any.
I read them all. It literally goes Chiefs, 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 Chiefs.
Yeah, I think it was all Chiefs except for one. Oh, so there's one that has to do with the Ravens and the Bengals.
Oh, yeah.
Ravens and the Bengals, they would do a quarter flip on who gets home field, or like if they play each other in the playoffs, who would actually get it. That's what it comes down to,
Oh, I thought that was...
right? I'm pretty
No,
sure.
I thought that was the neutral game, though. If they had to play each other in the playoffs, they would just give it a neutral field.
No. That one would be a coin flip. I distinctly remember a coin flip between those two. Now, the other ones are basically what you're coming down to. It basically comes down to it'd be a neutral site if this, and this, and it'd be like the Chiefs. It doesn't matter.
I'm pissed off they didn't go with my idea.
So they're what I'm saying is, so they're saying the Chiefs are going to get the number one seed, but kind of unfairly. So if the Bills or the Bengals plays them, it has to be a neutral site because it was bullshit.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
That's it.
Right,
yeah.
but then the Chiefs are getting hosed then.
Yeah,
In a
there's-
way-
They just took it from Arrowhead to
Maybe, but technically,
site.
did they deserve it? Because you don't know who just won that game.
absolutely.
So I do get what you're saying, though. As a fan, I'd be kind of pissed because I want to go to
Yeah,
Arrowhead.
like
right?
they wanted an Arrowhead, one of the loudest or the loudest stadium in the league by decibels, right?
If Seattle's pumping noise in, they're pretty loud, I think, right?
Right. I thought that was Atlanta. Was that Seattle?
And the LA Rams did it too.
They have to. They have a lot of empty seats, brother.
No, they're just
Chargers do for sure, right?
filled with the other fans. Filled with the 49ers fans.
Yeah.
usually. I was gonna say they should have done the all Madden. They should have ran that game in all Madden. Vegas, you just missed out on a shit ton of money, by the way.
They did.
A shit ton. And the second thing is, did the Bengals have to sign off on were the Bengals like, yeah, we're not going to say we won.
They
won
didn't
this.
say. They just said the NFL.
I don't
decided.
think. I think they just took it out of their hands. It's too early in the game.
Oh, that's a very important part of the news that you didn't say before mentioning that.
Okay.
By the way, so the NFL decided to just straight up cancel
Yeah.
the Bills-Bengals game.
Yeah, I did. I read
So
about that.
that's okay. I thought of that. I'm like, well, fuck. Do they? I'm sure people know,
But that's nothing they ever said.
Canceled. I don't cancel.
Though. And I thought it was always, if a game gets canceled, the team leading wins. Like, I understand the circumstances are way different.
They are, but I'm with you. At that point, they actually should have. And I'm rooting for the Bills. I really am. Kind of like the Bengals, you know that.
yeah.
But at that point, I don't even know if I could have been pissed if it was my team in there and I was down. I'm like, dude, this is unfortunate circumstance. It sucks. I would use that excuse for winning the Super Bowl about 10 years from now and shit like that. That's what I'd use. But ultimately, could you blame the league if they would have said the final score is 7-3? Game, set, match. Play better defense. You shouldn't have gave up such a touchdown then. I mean,
And that's why I was just wondering if it did get said that, and the Bengals are like, you're not saying we won that game.
Maybe.
But then it still comes down to the league. You're exactly right.
I think the
league
NFL
calls
is
it.
handcuffed, especially since they didn't play the next day. I think they were handcuffed in so many senses in today's society and how shit was looking ugly. They're not thinking Skip Bayless for this part because they didn't want to be like, hey, we're going to fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people. They did not want to be the ones to be like, hey, we're still playing this game. Like, we still have always played our games.
Right.
You know? So they were in a tough spot. I would have went with the final score and call it like that, just like baseball. No different. When it makes it, they don't even need so many innings played.
That's all you can do.
You know, it is what it is. You should have played better defense, not giving up any touchdowns. I mean, it sucks, but.
Who's the guy that owns Tesla?
Elon Musk, bro.
Oh,
Hey,
dude. Look at that look he
The
just
fuck
gave you. You know
question
why?
was that?
No, I know.
Yeah, that's this guy.
No. Elon Musk, can you get rid of Skip Bayless's Twitter at least?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're giving everybody else theirs back, but can we get rid of one at least?
Right.
America thanks you.
With that, I was going to ask you. You kind of touched on it. You touched on the part where it's Chiefs. And Chiefs kind of get hosed, right?
Chiefs losing this weekend.
If they lose, it would have made it even worse for this whole scenario than if they lose. I mean, honestly, because
we're going for it. The worst of the worst, baby.
I don't think they do, though.
yeah,
you
who do they got? They
imagine-
got the Raiders.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the bet lines after, like, if the Chiefs lose?
I don't
what
want
happened?
I know, but I don't want them to lose because I'm a Derek Carr guy, and I don't want Jared Stidham to win a game this season. I'm not against Jared Stidham. I want Las Vegas. I want Las Vegas to know you made a mistake. And any fan, I seen some of those saying, I'm a Raiders fan and I back this. He is horrible. You are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit if you think Derek Carr was the problem.
Right.
Teams go decades looking for a fucking quarterback. You think he was part of the problem, huh?
You're not a Derek Carr fan.
You're thinking Jared Stidham's the answer?
Oh, no. No way.
So why wouldn't you just roll Derek Carr? Because Stidham is not the answer.
If I'm Derek Carr, I get out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying he got done dirty. That's all. We went down this road a little bit a few days ago. We won't go down anymore. Or a week ago. We'll go to the next one.
Derek Carr sucks.
Myles Garret said he was disappointed and a little bit confused by comments from fellow defensive end Jadeveon Clowney. Brown sent Clowney home after comments on future with the team where he said that he is 95% gone next season. There's more detail to this if you didn't see this story. Have you seen this story?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see this story?
No.
It's
in light
good.
So he made a deal of this. And did I have it up? Regardless, I'll paraphrase for you. He is going on this rant. He's like, I'm 95% done with the team, 95% that I'm going to be with a different team next year. This team is all about their guys. I'm not one of those guys, evidently. I'm not one of their guys.
On getting their guys in the Hall of Fame.
And I'm getting to that part,
Okay,
but
okay.
he just said in general, like, I'm not. They have their guys here in Cleveland. I'm not one of their guys. They have certain guys. He's like, they're trying to get Myles Garret into the Hall of Fame, evidently. He's like, I'm not blaming this on Myles Garret. I'm not taking a shot at him. He might not even know what's going on, but they give every opportunity for him and like work around his stuff to make it like to where he's a force. That's the reason why Myles Garret kind of a thing about it. He's like, I didn't know this was a thing. Like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? You need to talk to me like a person, like a man or whatever. But, yeah, we haven't been rocking and watching a bunch of Cleveland Browns games this year, unless you have.
So go back to the 95% thing. Where does he say that?
He says he's 95% done. Like, because he's a free agent after this year.
Clowney said that Myles said that.
No. He said he's Myles. He's not saying anything about Myles Garret saying it. Jadeveon Clowney says, I am 95% done.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's a 95% chance that I'm going somewhere else next season.
And he will.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why'd he say 95? He's fucking gone.
Yeah.
That's leaving hope.
Would
Trying
you?
to leave a little Michael Jordan-esque.
So I got a little flash in my head. Tell me you would actually like to see him in purple and gold, right?
Yeah, yep.
On the opposite, like even in rotation. I don't care. He plays a little outside linebacker. They kind of like to dabble.
Yeah,
with
bring him in
Braypool.
fresh. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. We didn't watch a bunch of Cleveland Brown stuff, so we don't. Maybe you did. Maybe you guys did. I didn't. So I don't know. Maybe they're not giving him every opportunity to rush passer. I don't know. But Cleveland Browns have been a dysfunction. They went back to dysfunctional because basically they didn't have a quarterback to lead them.
Well, basically what they were doing to him is instead of Myles Garret going up against the Trent Williams of every team, it was Clowney going up against the Trent Williams every.
No.
I'm just using that as a metaphor because how good of offensive lineman he is, but they gave him the better matchup to get the stats, which they should though.
Why? Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, no, Jadeveon, you didn't have the stats as a pass rusher before you got there. It don't matter. You're a stud every so often. You can cover a lot of ground. You do the stuff that someone doesn't see. You're like the Anthony Barr of a defensive end. You don't know all the shit that Anthony Barr did until you don't have Anthony Barr anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? He may not be the first or second leading tackler on the team. He might not even get a sack that season. He may not be anywhere in the top 5 on your team in interceptions. But how in the hell did that dude make that corner and turn it, and they turn it into 15, 20 yards? You know, they didn't do that last year. Well, Anthony Barr used to clean that up because he's an athletic freak, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's the stuff that Jadeveon would offer because he's an athletic freak. They may not add up to $1 million, but you're not turning that corner that one time that extended that drive.
Yeah, I don't think Jadeveon Clowney has been that great in the NFL. I think he still lives off of that play.
That hit.
Yeah.
That Michigan
The
hit.
ball never lies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
The ball?
so they gave them the first down, and they did not have it. The refs and they're this far from the first down.
Yep.
Next play, Clowney. I can't say it like you.
Yep.
The Michigan
Kills him.
goes to hand. Was it Michigan?
Yeah,
Michigan.
South Carolina. So Jadeveon's
Yeah,
South Carolina.
Okay.
Michigan was the team, yeah.
Yep.
Goes to hands the ball to the other team. Hands the ball to the running back, and he blows him up. Takes the ball.
One hand.
Goes to the house.
Yeah, one hand picks it up.
It's one of the most iconic plays in college football.
It is.
I was getting ready to say that was my when I
It
think of
is.
him, that's all I think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed that running back.
Yep.
Smoked. Parted like the Red Sea when it just bang, dead, right?
He's
Yeah,
lucky.
not that he wasn't good in college, but that play skyrocketed him.
And,
draft points.
and not that he's a horrible NFL player either. I believe he's a legitimate starter, opposite of a great defensive end.
Yeah.
I really do. I would love to have Davian on the other side of like a Daniel Hunter.
But he's never
as a
been
Darius.
that guy.
Yeah, he was drafted to be that guy. You know, he was drafted to be the Daniel Hunter. You know, leading this. What I mean is like leading the team in sacks, and it's not a debate. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be the dude getting us 12 to 15 sacks minimum a year.
Mm-hmm.
Never panned out to that. Stats aren't there. I don't know how many sacks he has. I don't know how many sacks he has in his career, but I know it's not impressive.
I'm gonna say something you're gonna disagree with.
Give it to me.
If you would have put him on the Broncos team when Von Miller was there with Wolf in those, he would have Von Miller stats.
I don't know if
I don't
there's
see it.
Not
I
throughout,
don't know
not
if
throughout
there's
his
much
whole
more.
career, but that year, like you know what when they won the Super Bowl,
Yep.
that year, he could put up those stats.
I don't know if there was enough to go around, like after because they gobbled up a lot,
Everything.
right? So I'm looking quick crash of his stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did he average 5 a season or something? It wasn't great.
It's not horrible, but it's definitely a second defensive end number. Okay.
17 is
So last year he had 9 sacks.
He did have 9. Okay.
Yep. He's never gotten double-digit sacks.
Why do you have 9 last year?
So
The
what-
helmet dunking.
Yeah. He's not wrong. Wasn't that last year where Myles Garrett smacked
Mason Rudolph.
or was that the year before?
He was still suspended for a while.
No, we talked about it last
Oh,
year on
yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah.
I think it must have been.
We
last year
did.
then, Yeah.
Because we were talking about the racial part of it where Mason claimed that, or he claimed that Mason said the N-word.
And he did not.
He had. So I'm gonna. This isn't a long list, really. Just go back. Browns, last 2 years, 2-9. Titans for the 1 year, 0 sacks.
He didn't play that much.
Not that much, no.
Yep.
He played with the Seahawks in 1 year, only 3 sacks. They loved him there though, because he did the stuff that you didn't know, as in like the quarterback hurries and stuff.
Sure.
9 with the Texans, 9.5 with the Texans, 6, 4.5, 0. He has 43 career sacks.
How many seasons?
In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
Yeah, so about 5 a year. Yeah.
I don't know what you guys talking about. I don't know what Myles just said.
Yeah, it's just
You might not be wrong, man. He's very athletic. He's a freak.
I would love to see him on the other side. Just a stud. That's the reason why it works great in Cleveland, and he should just embrace what's going on, because you have a stud on the other end. You can be the other guy. You don't need to be the star, and you're going to get paid.
Right.
Because not ridiculous paid, but you're going to get paid because they want that dude that can cap off the other side.
Yep.
Right?
Does he have a good number of deflected
He has 1 interception in his career.
No, like
Tip balls.
I don't know. I don't have that in here, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like batted down.
Yeah, batted down.
Yep.
I'd say he'd have to.
Maybe.
That's as good as a sack.
Dolphins turned to rookie quarterback Skylar Thompson versus the Jets with the playoffs on the line.
You already know what's going to happen. I told you.
Tell me.
Miami's going to lose this game, and Pittsburgh's going to make it in the playoffs, dude.
But I say you're wrong. I brought this up earlier. I was looking up the.
It does suck, though, because I think if the Jets win one more of these games, they're actually in the picture, right?
No, they're eliminated.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. If they won one more earlier.
Yeah. If they won
they
one
would
last
be in
week.
the picture at least.
Yeah, they'd be in the picture. This game would have been more intriguing right now had they won last week.
Now they get to play spoiler, bro.
Or if they just
It's going down.
If Mike White wouldn't have went down and you'd have to play shitty Zach Wilson for 3 games or whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah, shitty Zach
Oh,
Wilson.
hey, before you go, just because you mentioned that, speaking of fucking quarterback situations, you see what Washington's doing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Sam Howell.
but who's the backup?
Who is it?
Heineke. Wentz is inactive. So they just put him as the starter last week over Heineke because Heineke's not panning out. And now he's inactive. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Washington does not know what they're doing, man.
they don't. I bet. Okay. This one I got to go a different way with you against you on. I agree, but I disagree. I think Ron Rivera did not want to go with Wentz. I think there's pressure from up above. We paid for this guy. Taylor Heineke's slipping right now. Roll him out. And they finally got the okay. Like, obviously, we're out, right? think they're out.
I hope you're right.
officially,
'Cause yeah, they're out.
Yeah. So they're out. You can roll with your rookie. Maybe there's an injury thing too with Wentz's contract. Maybe kind of send him that. I don't know if that's. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So all this is kind of a moot point. Pittsburgh needs a lot of help. They need Miami to lose to the Jets with a rookie quarterback. But they also need New England to lose.
Who's New England play?
They got to play the other AFC East. Bills. They got to play the Bills.
Done. That's not a lot of help. That's going to happen.
Yeah, Patriots are going to lose the Bills. And then Dolphins with their rookie quarterback. And the Steelers are in. The Jets would have been in had they not lost last week or one of these final few weeks. So 'cause they're 7-9.
Yep.
And they own a tie break against Tennessee even. And Cleveland and Yep.
How crazy is that? Pittsburgh has no business being in the playoffs again, and they're about to, bro.
Nope, zero.
God, I love Tomlin.
So
And Kenny.
And Kenny P.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Kenny
find
too.
I'm trying to find this report I was reading, but it's funny that you brought up Heineke Because they benched him last week to start Carson Wentz, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, he was asked to start this week, and he goes, "No, you can start the rookie." That's the story. Like they were talking about it at work.
That'd be really cool if that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm
why
trying
would
to find.
Why would they make him inactive though? Instead of being the backup at least?
No. Heineke is the backup. Wentz is inactive.
You said Heineke. Oh, they tried to turn Heineke into the starter. You said.
Yeah,
Or Wentz said that
no. So last week they
Yes.
benched Heineke for Wentz
2 weeks ago.
Last week.
and what's his name got Wentz got injured, so they're like, oh, we're gonna have to put Heineke as our starting quarterback, and he goes, no, you can start the rookie.
Wentz got hurt.
I didn't know he got hurt.
Didn't he?
He got hurt earlier this season.
Oh, they benched him again. Then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, no, they just flat out benched him. I think that's where we're getting confused. That was 2 games ago when Wentz came in for Taylor Heineke. Wentz started his first game since the injury last week.
Yep.
Instead of Heineke. So this week they were gonna let
Heineke go.
Heineke. Yep.
Okay.
And he goes, no, you can
Start the.
the rookie. Let him
rookie?
get some reps.
Yeah, he's not playing for anything.
I'm not surprised by that.
I want to
Pretty cool.
find it
That's
though.
pretty cool though.
I
I
think
like
he's,
that.
everything
He's
I've heard
stand-up
from
dude.
him is a stand-up dude. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, someone you. That's the reason why you hope that they would have stuck with him.
Yeah.
Because I feel players would have bent over for him. Like they would
They
have broken
were-
their back for him.
Yeah. They were playing really
Because
well.
he would do the same thing for them, right? I only had first off, I know where you sit. Steelers are getting in. Does Miami have a shot with a rookie quarterback in Skylar Thompson? They need to win, and then they need the Patriots to lose.
Better put Tyreek Hill at running back, because that's all you got.
So, are you with the Steelers part of this?
Dude, Steelers are never dead. You got to go Steelers.
So you think the Steelers are slipping in too?
I don't think they're slipping in. They're going to
They're in.
destroy Miami.
Because the Steelers face the Browns, which should be a slam dunk, right? The way the Browns have been.
They've been
Deshaun's
bad,
looking
but-
like dog shit too. He's still getting the rust off, right?
I think so.
I'm actually on with you. Miami's done nothing but fail in the last 6-7 weeks, right? It has not been good, and you don't have your leader and your quarterback. I don't know where this game's at. Do you know where the Miami game is?
I think it's in New York.
If it's in New York, it's a slam
I'm
dunk.
pretty confident.
It's a slam dunk. They're going to lose this game. Not because of that, because that defense. Remember that when I told you guys earlier on this year? It is literally opposite ends of the spectrum. Pandora's box. Completely anything you want to.
Oh,
anything
nope,
you wanna call.
I'm misinformed. It is in Miami.
So
It's
they
in
may have a
Miami.
shot then. The defense is exact opposite of what they are on the road versus where they are in Miami. They give up, what was it, something stupid, only 12 points a game or some shit in Miami. They give up 35 points a game or some shit like that on the road. It is something like that astronomically different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
still
maybe
with
they
you,
got a
though.
shot.
I'm still with you, though. Miami, Jets, he still needs to show that he has the team, as in Salah. He needs to show that he still has the respect. The team still backs him. They're going to bring everything they got. They have a chance to knock in their division rival out of the playoffs.
And they think they deserve to be there.
And they think they deserve to be there had it not been for Mike White going down
Yep.
a couple weeks ago. Yes, Mike White didn't play good last week, but that's what, when you miss a few weeks and you're trying to get your rhythm, they probably should have went with Flacco. They might have had a better swinging chance.
That's not what screwed them. The two big injuries, Brees Hall, and then did they have a wide receiver that went down too? The Jets. They had another guy that was a main part of the offense, not a core. Anyways, they went 7-2 with Brees Hall and this other guy.
They had 2 running back injuries, I thought, right?
Oh, yeah. Michael Carter.
Okay.
And then they went to that and he didn't
Zonovan
play too
Knight.
bad. Zonovan Knight. He didn't play too bad, but he was undrafted.
But
How wild is that? They're not even playing old
two-
boy hardly.
Two offensive stars on that team. They went 7-2 with both of them on the field. 2-7 with them both out. Quarterback play, when you have running backs like that,
They have a lot of talent there, right?
dude, they do. And you-
Real quick, I'm gonna go and give. I'm with you guys, Steelers. I do want to get your opinion on the playoff who is going to make the stretch. We know who's going to make it in the AFC because of what you guys have already stated. The only open slot left is at 7. We all agree that it's going to be the Steelers. We're swinging her out there. I take that back. The only other available one in the AFC, that is a big-time one.
No, Jacksonville and Tennessee.
Jacksonville and Tennessee. Currently, Jacksonville has the spot at 8-8, gentlemen. Tennessee has to win to get it. Derrick Henry is back, no Tannehill, and they're not running Malik Willis. They're trying to give themselves the best shot, and it's Dobbs. Best shot. Dobbs. Against a Jacksonville Jaguars team that has been stupid since they came back from overseas. Where do you have her right there?
Go ahead, Miley. Jacksonville or Tennessee?
Both. You guys haven't heard this yet, have you? The league might extend it to 8 teams.
When did you see this?
I seen it earlier today, and I just looked it up again.
Like extend it right like this season?
This season, they might have 8 teams coming. So when you were going over your thing, I was like, man,
What the fuck?
There's
The
something.
scenario thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like about the
The like
I know what you're getting at.
Then I was like, man, I read something earlier, and I was like, and it just came to me as you were asking.
There is a
that.
shot of it. It has to do with, I think it has to do with the Ravens and has to do with that division, right?
There's a bunch of scenarios out there, but the league is looking at expanding it to 8 teams,
There has
so
to be,
that nobody gets a bye week.
there has to be like a perfect scenario of it too.
Yep.
Like there has to be like a certain team and shit like that. Tell me when you find it. If you don't find it, let's say that doesn't happen.
Yep. I was just wondering.
Jacksonville or Tennessee?
Derrick Henry's back.
No Tannehill.
God, and the reason it all ties back to that game.
It does.
And that's the only reason they're even considering it.
Yep. And who? And what did it say in there? Did you just read that? There was a team. There was a. It isn't. It is to do with that game, but there's a specific reason besides that. There's like another team will get shortchanged. A few things need to happen. Why they would really make it happen.
And
There's like one team that would get hosed.
It's got to be one of the 2 you're talking about.
Jacksonville or Tennessee,
It's got to go AFC.
or it's got to be Miami, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I bet.
Yeah, that would make the most
AFC
sense.
North.
That would make the most sense.
Because there's been a lot of. I don't know if that's it or not. I can't remember.
I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. So I would.
Sunshine.
I would. You called it. I thought he was a bust.
Are you coming closer a little bit, even a touch closer to Jimmer's side?
I don't. It's not like I wake up to watch Jaguars, so you know.
Right, but I've always stated if he
He's
was
good.
on another team, he would be fucking stupid good.
Yeah, he's good. And by the way, it would only take me 3 drinks to bang him as a female.
Oh my god!
Have you seen that? Have you seen that? They took his face and they turned it like the thing.
Yeah.
Drop dead gorgeous.
Jesus
As a
Christ,
chick.
it will take me 3.
Yeah. Shots of water.
Did you find anything, Danny? Like who the team was, maybe?
Well, so, no, I didn't find the team.
Okay.
But basically, the Players Association has to approve, and they're going to do it. They have to do it basically today because everybody's planning for the next week. And that dramatically changes a lot of teams, approaches, right, going into the game. If you think you're out, maybe you don't do some things. But if you think you have a shot, all of a sudden.
Doesn't that make Jacksonville just in then, though?
It would have to.
Hold on. So they're 8-8.
Not necessarily.
No. There's too many 8-8s right there.
Yeah.
You have 8-8 Steelers, 8-8 Dolphins, 8-8 Patriots, and 8-8 Jaguars. And somebody has to win that division.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if Tennessee wins that division, even if they let another team in, they would need help.
Oh, dude, it's
They
so
would-
crazy to
yeah, that's
speculate on
insane.
something. I don't even know what's going on.
I know it's absolutely insane.
But I'm 100% on board. Jacksonville's going to win this game. I think Trevor Lawrence and the Jags have a chance to actually make some noise in the playoffs, too. I think they're playing really well. They've got an experienced coach, man. I'm here for it.
Dougie P.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Making that
wonder.
a little bit of difference.
I wonder if we could see something like what we saw with Cincinnati last year. They've got a lot of firepower. They've got a young quarterback. The team, nobody's looking at them to do shit.
Nobody was
and that was
expecting the
Cincy.
Bengals, right?
Exactly. I wonder if we could see something. They're getting hot at the right time.
As I say, that defense has been a little bit more on fire, like under the radar.
Yeah.
Not like shut down, but under the radar, kind of like what
Yeah.
Cincinnati did. I'm okay.
100%.
I'll give you that. That's good.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
And then we'll roll into the NFC part of it because I just kind of want to know where you guys feel. And that is the only real scenarios. Everybody's eliminated. The only real scenarios. All the divisions are locked up. All the way down to the 6th seed, gentlemen. The only seed available outside of what if anything else happens with that right there is the 7th seed. And it is the Seahawks. It is the Lions. It is the Packers. The Lions and Packers play each other. Talked about this. I'll try to stay off my soapbox. Okay. They play each other in primetime. Seattle plays before them. Seattle plays the Rams. Who, and currently, right now, if the game wasn't played, if there was another incident, the Seahawks would be in. Who ends up with the final seed?
Well, Matt Stafford said he was coming into this game to finally get the Detroit Lions into the playoffs.
No, here's the deal. The Rams, the Rams are going to beat Seattle.
You think so?
So Seattle's done. Yeah, I do think so. And we've talked about this, and I'm on board with the Green Bay thing. They're going to make sure Green Bay gets in. It's going to be Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm going that route too. WWE.
Yeah.
I'm full on board. But I'm going to play the devil's advocate, so I don't want another clean sweep. Lions make it.
That would be amazing. I would love it.
Just because I want a rock hard erection all day.
Yep.
I want a rock hard erection that my wife won't touch.
Just the fact that it would give
All due respect.
it would give Green Bay fans something to shut the fuck up about now.
Yeah.
Because they're winning, they're going to make the playoffs, and then they get shit on by the Lions of all teams.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, that
in
would
the
be
cold,
amazing.
in your house, the
Yes.
whole works. No fucking excuses.
Man.
I think the Seahawks are going to lose too. I think they're on the downhill side, which isn't a good thing. But they played way outside of their box, gentlemen. So they should be proud of themselves. They played hard. Geno Smith, they got a Pro Bowler and a quarterback for this season at least, bare minimum.
Yeah.
I think they do lose, and I think the Lions really could upset them. We'll be able to find out real fucking quick in this game. I challenge both of you guys to watch the Sunday Night Football game, and I'll watch it too. And let's see how many missed calls we see.
Yeah.
Especially early on, when the game is still supposedly close. And let's see what this is kind of looking like. You know what I mean?
You're right. And it's not the big calls.
No.
It's all of the little ones
Yep.
that start to add up and really change the momentum of the
The
game.
one where they would have just gotten a first down. The very first, let's say it's the drive starter, so to speak. They get to 3rd and 5, and then they get a first down, and all of a sudden there's a miraculous hold, and now they turn into a punt. You don't think anything about that.
Exactly.
You don't think anything about that.
Because you can call holding on every fucking play.
Absolutely you
So-
can. Absolutely you can.
Yep.
I just want you guys to pay attention to that, and let's see what happens here.
I will.
I want Detroit to win this. I'm a Packer hater, 100%.
Die-hard hater.
But I actually I'm also about that underdog too. And Detroit has been beat down their whole 50 years, 60
Forever,
years.
yeah.
You know, I want to see something else a little different. And these are all cast-offs for the most part, except for the rookies. that came in.
The only thing that would be better than the Lions beating them, and I'm not a Bears guy, but because of the fact that Rodgers acts like he owns the Bears, if the
Yeah.
Bears were the team that could knock
And
them
they
out of the
knocked them
playoffs.
Oh, dude, that would make it so much better.
At Soldier Field too.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. You know how Detroit fans were when Matt Stafford came to LA? I look over that other side every now and then. I see Jerry Goff, and I'm just.
I know. We know
Yeah.
that's your guy.
And
You
then,
always stood by him.
But does anybody want to see the Detroit Lions? Like, does any team? I'm being honest.
No team wants to see them in the playoffs. Is
That's-
that where you're getting at?
Yeah, like
Nobody wants to see Detroit. Their offense does. The team that plays them's offense wants to see them because they can't play defense. They'll get an occasional crazy thing with Aiden Hutchinson, but they're going to give up 30.
Unless it's the Niners. That's the only team I think that could slow them down.
Yeah,
On
they're-
defense.
yeah,
On
yeah,
defense.
yeah.
with the confidence.
They've
Yeah,
done it to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Every other team, though.
When Green Bay makes the playoffs, though, because I told you I was taking that in spite of. When Green Bay makes the playoffs, I may be the only one at this table, especially I'm talking to a Vikings fan. I may be the only one at this table.
I hope and pray everything breaks down to where Minnesota faces them first. You have no fucking idea, and I mean that wholeheartedly.
We have so many fucking offensive line injuries.
Don't care. I don't
just
care.
am worried
This is-
about the playoffs.
This is in Minnesota. I cannot wait. I have full faith in his system, and this is where it's going to go. Aaron Rodgers looks like dog shit. This team does not look good even on offense. And anyone that thinks that by that score, because they're going to think that offense did good, it did not. There was some opportunistic shit that happened for Green Bay to put up 41. It wasn't the offense that rolled. They had under 400 yards total offense, and we gave up almost 600 a game.
All right, let's talk through this. I'm trying to think of the seeding. So Vikings are 2, Green Bay would be 8 or 7.
Let me bring this up because I actually saw an awesome breakdown of this. So, like, Minnesota's possibilities of, like, who they would play.
Because I think the way it sits is we should play the Giants, but now it would make more sense.
It's the highest percentage.
Yeah.
It's the highest percentage of the Giants.
Okay.
They have a shot at almost everybody else except for, obviously, Philadelphia and, you know, Dallas and shit like that. But they have a shot at everybody else. Green Bay is kind of like are they the next highest, I think?
I think so. I think that would make sense.
But I think Giants is like 87% or something like that.
Yeah, because I think the odds are like it's Dallas and Tampa, which I would love that because I think Tampa could beat Dallas. Let me think. San Francisco would play. Would it be the Packers then? That must be the other one. And then the Vikings. Yeah. And then the Vikings Giants. I think that was like the odds. But we got to wait for this weekend to play out.
I'm typing this in real quick, see if it pulls up. Playoff scenarios. I think this is the one. Okay.
Just tell her you're staying the night in the garage.
Vikings versus Giants. If the Vikings beat Bears and 49ers beat Cardinals. Or the Vikings lose the Bears. So it'd be Vikings, Giants in those scenarios. Okay? Vikings versus Packers. If Vikings beat the Bears, 49ers lose the Cardinals, Packers beat the Lions.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to happen.
You never know. Cardinals might do some stupid shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's out, the whole works, some dumb shit. It
happens.
Yeah.
There's no logical reason for it. I'm not going to try to break something down for you.
That bet better be plus 4,000.
Vikings versus Seahawks. If the Vikings beat the Bears, 49ers lose the Cardinals, Seahawks beat the Rams, Lions beat the Packers. Vikings versus the Lions. If the Vikings beat the Bears and 49ers beat Cardinals, or Vikings lose and 49ers win. Lions beat the Packers, Seahawks lose the Rams. So the next closest, I was wrong. The next closest is the Lions outside of the Giants. So it'd be Giants, Lions, Packers, Seahawks.
Go to the Niners scenarios real quick because Shanahan likes to play chess. So it depends on who he wants to play
Okay.
first round.
Give me 1 second. I'll just change the...
Brock Purdy gonna start playing like Mr. Irrelevant all of a sudden.
Maybe. Yeah.
My man over here is a closet 49ers fan, I'm telling you.
I like the Niners, yeah.
I like all the pieces they have, and they were bad for so long too, even though they were ridiculously good for a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, I
All
think Shanahan's the best coach in that division. So
James, can I come over there a little bit closer?
Always. I'm telling you, you haven't caught that part that he.
No, I have.
So
It's okay.
he's a closet. That showed last year. Yeah, he's a closet Niners fan. I'm not seeing the exact breakdown like theirs. Give me one. Okay, hold on. Clinching scenarios. Okay. Teams that have clinched. 49ers. Next opponent. Clinched NFC number 1 seed, home field advantage, and NFC's lone first round bye with a San Francisco win and a Philadelphia loss.
oh, they could get the 1 seed.
They
Holy
can get
shit.
the 1 seed.
How?
Hold on, this
What?
isn't- this
Why
isn't the same
wouldn't?
one.
No, we.
No. Yeah. No, it literally just said that. Yes. Yeah.
How did that come about?
They're 4. That Philadelphia has 3 losses, gentlemen. The Vikings should have, if they would have won last week. Yeah.
Wow. Shanahan does it again.
Well, then, does Dallas have a chance to get the number 1 seed?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm following.
Philadelphia needs to lose. Dallas needs to win. They get the number 1 seed.
And San Francisco needs to lose.
Depends on that. Goes even deeper. That's into some other shit. Because Dallas is 11-4, San Francisco is 11-4.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
That's not.
No, this
That's
isn't.
not right.
Yeah,
That's not right.
It's got to be last week.
That's last week's.
There's a lot of chances going on here.
Okay.
That's 15.
Anyhow.
Either way, regardless.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's going to be interesting. I'm
Same
pretty
on-
excited.
same
This weekend is so huge, especially if they go to 8 teams. We're going to see some way more competitive games than we thought, if that's the case, you know?
So we're all on board. I went devil's advocate, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Green Bay.
All right, we'll keep rolling. We already went Damar Hamlin. So, we'll talk about a little lighter in the news, I guess. Jake Paul signing with PFL as Influencer makes a move to the MMA. It is a multi-fight, multi-year deal.
Yeah, but apparently he said if he told Nate Diaz, if you fight me in a boxing exhibition, I'll then fight you in an MMA exhibition, basically. But the interesting thing is that might be out because Pacquiao just signed a deal to the same boxing. I can't remember the organization as Nate Diaz, so I think that's more likely to line up. Is Pacquiao, Nate Diaz in a boxing exhibition?
Pacquiao is so much smaller. Isn't
So Pacquiao signed with Nate Diaz? Because that is his brand, right?
No. Like you sign like a contract for like boxing exhibitions, right?
Yeah.
So Pacquiao signed, and so did Nate Diaz with the same organization. And so like in boxing, it's like you are only going to fight with this group. You're not going to go outside of that, right?
Yeah.
So those two went to the same one.
Yep.
And so the signs are kind of pointing towards that because that would be a pretty big money fight for Nate, and that's what he's after.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know if maybe he'd beat up Jake Paul. I don't know, but
I love Nate Diaz.
More respectable
He
than
would-
Conor McGregor.
He would get fucked up by Pacquiao.
not
though.
in boxing. He's not more respectable.
Not in boxing. No, yeah.
No,
I'm with you. No.
yeah.
But
I'm
no,
with
yeah,
you.
that's in my.
But he
just to be
get fucked
clear.
up by Pacquiao.
Yeah, he would. Yep.
Badly. McGregor actually gave a run to one of the best boxers of all time. Pacquiao is, if you want to say, we watch that. I know Pacquiao should have won that in my heart against Mayweather.
Oh, yeah.
Against Mayweather.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
That was.
Especially without an injury. He was the aggressor in that. Regardless, we're not going to go back down that road. My point is that would be a murder because Conor hung with Mayweather, and then once he tinged Mayweather, Mayweather's like, motherfucker, and then he went to full boxing mode,
Yeah,
right?
he did. Yep.
He murdered him after that. Pacquiao, Nate is a brawler. There's a difference between boxing and brawling, and Pacquiao would fuck him up. So hopefully Pacquiao's gotten a little soft ever since he went to the full-blown religious side. So hopefully it'd be a little softer on Nate and they get a payday. But
Yeah,
once
I just
he
want Nate
ting-
to get paid. Fuck it.
yeah, once he gets tinged though,
Isn't he like a prime minister or some shit?
Yeah, he's some kind of big time politician in
Philippines.
the Philippines. Yep.
Yeah,
Is it
okay.
Philippines?
Crazy. Dude's just out here beating the shit
You
out
think
of people.
you think he's got a Filipino popper?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you interested? Are you a little interested in Jake Paul now? Now that it's not in the
No.
boxing promotion?
Nope.
I am.
Not till he does it.
I'm about 10%. Well, once he does it, that's what I'm saying. Once it goes to it and he actually has an opponent in the PFL, that's what I'm saying. Would that intrigue you a little bit to catch that?
No, I won't watch it, but I'll see how things go.
No.
Yeah, I'm not watching it. I'm not. You know what? Jake Paul is the epitome of everything I always wanted to be, and I hate it.
And I hate it. There you go. I like the fact that he's putting his money where his mouth is a little bit.
He's got fucking plenty of it.
No, not just the money part. I just mean he's been calling out UFC, right? But calling out Dana White. Dana White, the woman beater, by the way. Jake Paul hasn't done that to my knowledge. To my knowledge. But he's been calling him out, especially about the fighters' benefits and shit like that. And finally, he's like, you know what? Keep getting told to do this, and this. You know, fuck it. I'll join MMA, but I'm not gonna join UFC because that's gonna help him. But I'm still gonna put what I'm saying to the test. Right? That's where I gain a little bit of respect for. It's gonna be a little harder for you to rig fights when it's not your promotion now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's the word out there about his promotion, the boxing matches and shit looking a little rigged, right?
There's only one fight I'm going to pay for, and that's Jake Paul beating the shit out of Dana White. Because he's going to put him on blast all over the internet.
Yeah.
He hates Dana White as it is, and now he just gave him ammo.
You know what's amazing to me about the whole Dana White thing is I was looking through the comments on that I tagged you in earlier today, which is just basically the story about ESPN, basically the reporters being told to hush about the whole thing, right? There's so many comments talking about he was the one that got hit first in all this. I'm like, did you not watch the whole fucking thing, guys?
Right. Just like we were saying here on this, like the flinch is like we agreed with it, but the flinch reaction would be like, okay. Like, don't be a D-bag, but you kind of understand?
Yeah.
You know, the flinch reaction. The other three after that, no.
Right. Especially pulling her in like that.
And people
dude.
are backing that?
Yeah,
That's
so
super-
many. If you look at that, so I was like, "What? Are you?"
Despicable.
I don't know.
Power Slap. Continue on with that. Power Slap League run by UFC's Dana White has TV debut delayed. It will now debut on January 18th instead of January 11th. UFC offered no further detail for the delay.
They're not promoting slapping for another week.
Right.
I mean, that's it.
Should that be part of their promotional video? Trying to get it up?
Ooh, dude.
The fucking TMZ.
Oh my God, that would be.
I don't want it to
I don't
be
make light of.
him smacking her. I want them just to show him getting the shit smacked out of him over and over and over and over. Like, put it on rewind.
There you go.
Man, it's kind of like the NFL is against like injuries and big hits and things like that. But how did they promote it the most for the longest time? Is they would show nothing but the biggest hits and people just getting laid out. Meanwhile, they're worried about player safety, but that's how they promoted the game. Same thing with ESPN. You can do the same thing. Just this is how we promote it. We want to get some viewership here.
I blame Madden for the truck stick.
Ooh,
Yeah. Hey, shout out to our guy John Kennedy who will be partaking in this too.
Yeah, we'll be able to see it. It'll be cool.
Against who?
Don't know.
Yep, it's a
I
surprise.
don't know. It's a surprise. I don't know.
John Kennedy's fighting on what?
On this Power Slap League.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll be on the first episode.
In fact, their promo video had him in it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Wow.
pretty cool.
That is.
Boom, boom.
That is.
And then my final one.
Wait, where's my question?
My second to last.
Okay.
Your 2023 NFL Hall of Fame finalists are Joe Thomas, Darrelle Revis, Dwight Freeney, Jared Allen, Willie Anderson, Rondé Barber, Devin Hester, Torrey Holt, Andre Johnson, Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, Reggie Wayne, Patrick Willis, and Darren Woodson.
Did you say Devin Hester in there?
I did.
Okay.
So finalists. That being said, 3 newcomers into this one. That is Freeney, Darrelle Revis, and Joe Thomas. That are like literally newcomers that were eligible for this season.
Okay.
The only one that hasn't been a finalist prior to this and has been up before was Darren Woodson. Made the finalist list. They only are gonna name 5. Not gonna go into like all their bullshit, but basically they name 5. So who are your 5 of those? Need to be in.
Woodson played for the Raiders, right?
No, you're thinking of Rod Woodson.
Oh, okay.
Darren Woodson played for the Cowboys.
Okay.
Safety also.
I only got 2 players on there. Both Rams players.
Willie Anderson,
Willie Anderson,
Torrey Holt.
Torrey Holt. That's my top 5.
I think I'm gonna start it with. I will start one thing, and I'm gonna let you do your thing.
It's all
Is
good.
I think they're all deserving.
Yeah.
So it's a very hard list that go to 5.
Yeah, I don't know. The names that stick out, like Dwight Freeney was a freak, right? I shouldn't even have to say Devin Hester again, but he's going to get robbed again this year probably because there's some good names on there.
And his record got broken.
Tied, right?
No, it got broken.
Oh, Cordero got broken.
Yeah, I do want to say it was Cordell. Yeah, he broke it.
Okay. Yeah. I think I remember that now.
Okay.
Jared Allen. Man, it's so tough. The fucking Hall of Fame's a sham anymore, so I don't even know. But I think they all deserve it, ultimately.
I think they should just open it for it.
Yeah.
I said that multiple times. Open it, whoever's deserving, and then start over fresh.
Right.
So you have too many guys that have to sit here and wait because you only allow 5 in.
Right.
Because besides that one freak year, was that 2020?
I think that was, yeah. 2
It was the
years
year
ago.
after, and they opened it up, and they let a few more extra in or some shit on top of it. I will give you mine. I'm leaving Dwight Freeney out for one season. Not because he isn't deserving. I told you everyone on here is deserving.
Right.
It's literally because I believe Jared Allen deserves to be in, and Jared Allen's been up a couple times already.
Yeah, this is the third time, right?
Yeah. So I don't think that you can't. I don't think they'll put 2 defensive ends in, and it's not right to hold out Jared Allen when they basically. I'm pretty certain they have pretty similar stats. So I'm going Jared Allen on that one. I think Darrelle Revis is one of them.
For sure.
You didn't throw on his side of the field, plain and simple. Just did not happen. The stats may not be there for interceptions. You just didn't throw his way. Devin Hester is my third. That should be slam dunk. The fact that we're starting the conversation is irritating.
Right.
Reggie Wayne, tired of seeing that one too. Dude was ridiculous, and it wasn't just Peyton.
He was amazing.
He was an awesome, ridiculous receiver and one hell of a teammate.
Yeah.
On top of all that, epitome of what you want, right? So that puts me at 4. This is where it gets a little, because they usually generally don't put in doubles of anything. Usually they have to be like stupid, like without a question, right? To put 2 in the same year, like same position. So I think I'm gonna roll with. They're gonna let. I think Andre Johnson should be in, but they've been, they've been toying along Torrey Holt for too long. So it's Torrey Holt's time to shine, and that'd be my 5. I think they're gonna do 2 wide receivers. Is what I'm trying to get at.
I like it.
So.
Torrey Holt deserves it.
Oh, he does. Absolutely.
I mean, you can't put Isaac Bruce in there and then not Torrey Holt.
Especially when Torrey Holt played a little bit longer. Didn't he go down to Jacksonville, too, for a little bit? For like a year? I think he went down for a season or
He
2.
did go somewhere else, but that's when we fell apart.
Yeah. And then my final one. This is my final one. Fan charged with burglarizing Brewers clubhouse after September 8th game versus the Giants.
Fan
This
charged for what?
burglarizing the Brewers clubhouse
How did you get down there?
after September 8th game. I saved this part, bring it up so I can tell you guys.
Okay.
25-year-old man has been charged with felony burglary after stealing items from the Milwaukee Brewers clubhouse after a game. Justin Blodorn allegedly passed out in the bushes outside American Family Field during the September 8th doubleheader against the Giants. When he woke up, he entered the team facility and admitted stealing memorabilia, electronics, and more.
This dude is my spirit animal.
Why? Damn.
Blowhorn, let's meet up.
You got a great name, too.
Yeah.
Blodorn, yeah.
Yeah. That's not the only thing he played in band camp.
No doubt.
Ooh, you nasty.
One time.
We ended up with a bunch of bats.
So we've talked about this. I'm going to give you. I don't know if I remember. I don't remember if we ever asked you this. This is when I got to do it. What food are you just not touching no matter what?
What, food?
Yeah. Because the reason why I thought about it like that, we're not going down a big old long list of all the stuff we've ever went over. The reason why I want to know about him, Myles hasn't turned down much of trying something even. Even by the look of it. I'm like, God, dude, I'm not eating that. Myles isn't that guy. So, what is one is just like, nope, no fucking way.
Wild pheasant.
That's where you draw the line?
No, like, that is the one thing, like, I love outdoors food, you know, like
Wild game?
wild game, there you
There
go.
you go.
I ate pheasant once. and I took one bite, and I'm not, my palates don't like it. And
Okay.
like I will try anything, but that was one thing I took a bite of, and it was out as soon as I took a bite.
Interesting.
I know it's random.
No, I like it. That's the reason why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Like that, I would wonder what it is because Myles doesn't shut down. You gotta see him at work when like people start bringing in food. Geez, you just start snacking on anything, right?
I'm over
They
there.
don't shut down much.
The guy, the vending machine guy,
Dude's pig intestines in and starts fucking eating. And this dude's over fucking hoovering it out.
pork rinds, yes.
Not pork rinds, whatever the hell else was.
The guy that does our vending machines, he brings something in. It's new. I'm the first one to get it. We're about to find out.
About to find out.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to roll probably until after this game, so we got to talk about this. Who you got in the national championship?
Damn you. This is hard.
I'm actually excited for this fucking game, dude.
Yeah, this one's difficult because do you ride the magic or do you ride with the experience?
I don't care. I'll tell you what the fuck I'm doing. First of all,
Yeah.
Georgia's favored by 12.5. But that's horseshit. That shit's not gonna happen. I'm taking TCU in this game. I'm riding the magic.
I thought for sure you've been a Bulldog dude for like the last almost a year and a half.
I'm riding this shit. I'm riding it.
Okay. They're covering that 12.5. Bare minimum. You're saying
Bare
they're winning
minimum,
anyway.
but they're gonna win. Yeah.
Okay. You're riding with that Iowa boy. Council Bluffs.
Yeah.
Dude, that wide receiver for TCU is a stud. I got to go with the number 4 defense. I got to go with Georgia, though.
Ooh, break the tie, Jimmer.
I'm going Iowa. TCU, baby.
Let's go.
I'm doing it. And go ahead. Say I'm a Georgia hater because I kind of borderline have been last fucking 2 years, right? I have been.
You said you're
But I was not completely wrong with the last game. They won. They barely won. And they don't look as impressive. Was I wrong?
Yeah. No.
CJ Stroud tore it up. TCU has done nothing but taken everyone by storm. Everyone underestimates them. They're going to make a play that you're not expecting on the defensive side. And then the offense, Georgia's defense is not the same. CJ Stroud and them just showed it. I said that, right?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Bare minimum of 12.5.
Year head coach too. Yep. That shit's about to be wild.
It is.
I know in high school football.
Big 12 is their way of throwing it to everybody. Everyone trying to leave. Everyone's leaving our conference. They're like, yeah, you want some of that?
Yep.
Well, that's really going to be a bummer to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Well, when I played high school football, if any team had like a Christian or Holy Cross or anything like that, or academy after it, you wanted no part of that. You want
Yep.
It's true.
they're funded.
Yep.
They're
Absolutely.
private, so they can do things different.
Yeah. Oh, you live here, but your P.O. box is over here.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, I'm still going with Georgia.
Boom.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap her up. I do have a weird law for you quick.
Yeah. What do you got?
We are in the state of Washington.
Oh, we moved on. Let's go.
State of Washington. This is real short and cute. All lollipops are banned.
My kids would be pissed.
I'm kind of gonna be happy. You won't be scared.
They just use a different piece of candy. It said lollipops.
Oh well.
They say
I mean,
candy.
if you're gonna lure me in, I need a fucking
Lollipop.
Need a lollipop. Okay.
A fucking
So Myles
Snickers
is
gonna
safe
get
in
you in there?
Washington.
I'm safe in Washington.
All right.
Washington.
All right. Let's go.
First thing I was thinking, they're just all about amateurs. They don't want you to get professionalized.
Well, you just wait till they see Gregory. They're bringing me back.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Did you have it make sense?
You did the other night, and I went.
And then he went with the one with Boom Fire.
Boom fire. Oh yeah. Now you asked me to remember something from the other night. I guess. Can we do a question?
You know what?
Thank
Let's
you.
do this.
Thank you.
You said you have a conspiracy.
Which one was it talking about?
Yeah, about to.
See? Now you put me on the spot.
That's how it goes, man. All right, fine. Let's talk about this then. Since I mentioned conspiracy, I'll bring one up. You can think of yours. But I've been sending you guys a lot of stuff, right? And
Yes.
it has to do with the old, we call it jabby jab, okay?
Yep.
This is something I didn't know, but immediately when Hamlin got carted off the field on Monday Night Football, there was and I don't remember the guy's name, I'd have to go look it up, but there was a big-name doctor that put out a YouTube video right away. Do you know what he said? It's not from the jab in his video. How would you know that? How do you know what happened? Nobody knew what happened at that point. Nobody
Right.
did. When he was getting carted off the
Awfully
field,
defensive, too.
that's what he said.
Awfully defensive, too.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I haven't.
Makes sense if you don't think about it. Right there, actually, it is
Definitely
one.
makes sense if you
But-
don't think about it.
But yeah.
Seems like people are getting defensive about something that they were trying to force down people's throats here not too long ago.
Yeah, I don't know who fell for that.
I need you to, if you don't do it, I will bring it up. I need you to tell us the athletic stats, please.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of everything, because it's a fact. It's stats, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing negative, positive, whatever. It's just stats.
Yeah.
Like when Myles lost all his weight, how many inches of penis did you get?
For every 35 pounds of weight you lose, you gain 1 inch of dick.
See?
Ooh.
Penis, sorry.
Penis. All right, so I got the stat. So Dr. Simone Gold tweeted this out, right? So from January 2021 to present, and this was probably last week, so, give or take
About
a
a
week.
year, right?
Hold on, there were 1,101 athletes that died from cardiac arrest in that time period. So you're talking, not quite 2 years. Well, over the previous 38 years, from 66 to 2004, the same number under the age of 35 died due to various heart conditions.
Not even cardiac arrest, various heart conditions. So they opened it up a little bit for that second part.
So the number is the same in the last 2 years as it was the last 38 years.
Coincidence, Myles?
I'm just waiting for my 1-800 commercial to be rolling across TV. Did you get the jab in 2001? Now's your time to settle a lawsuit.
You can't. This is different.
What?
You can't. There's nothing anybody's going to be able to do.
No, I know.
No, I know, but people legitimately will joke about stuff like that, but that's the problem. You're not going to be able to do anything. Nobody is. Because since they use the emergency use and all that, it didn't have to go through all the same precautions, and that's ultimately
Oh, yeah, dude. I don't know. I got it. I haven't been same since.
No, and there's no disrespect to anybody that got it, right?
Yeah,
the problem
is the point.
The problem is when all that was going down, it was like you were treated as a villain if you didn't want to get it. Okay, from everybody, from your employer,
and the reason why you wanted to wait.
right? And if you owned a business, if you didn't force people to have it before they came in, you could get shut down, right? There were a lot of things. And now if you ask somebody that has a heart issue, like, hey, did you happen to get? Now it's like, why would you ask that? I think you were doing that to me here not too long ago, right?
Very close family member of mine.
So it's not all conspiracy stuff. It's not trying to dig at anybody for any type of bullshit, right? But you got to look at everything with a clear mind and not, I think this, so I'm going to look at it this way. Here, another story, and this is something that we talked about a little bit, and you slightly brought it up earlier. So it's a story about a gal. So she said her husband has been a pilot for over 23 years and was even a pilot in the military at one point in his career. She said never until this year has he ever had to, while training in a simulator, practice for when a pilot suddenly, so a pilot suddenly, maybe passes out of a heart attack, right? So the pilot suddenly, for no reason, goes down and goes into catatonic and slumps over, or goes catatonic, sorry, and slumps over and potentially dies while in flight. So this year marks the first year that's now part of the training. Apparently it's happened, we don't know this, I've never heard this story, but apparently it's happened several times where he works, and now they're officially training for the scenario. It happens that often. So all of a sudden pilots are going down too, right? And so that made me start thinking, that's nothing. I've thought about the athlete piece, because if you keep yourself in good shape, you're not going to have fucking heart issues, or at least not commonly. We're not going to see it, right?
Right.
But now we got to think bigger picture. So we're talking about pilots here. So what about bus drivers, right? If something suddenly happened.
Yep.
Right? What about fucking doctors when they're in surgery? All these different situations. A fireman goes in to take care of some shit and he drops. Whatever the case is, man. And it's you can't even question it. You can't even say, do you think maybe? No, you get shut down. You have to be able to ask that. So automatically at the end, or when Hamlin was getting carted off, when that doctor came out and straight up said that with no facts, nobody knew anything what the hell was going on. That's what you come to. That's the type of shit we're dealing with.
Yeah. The flat. What?
I agree.
Every part you said. Absolutely. It's
The worst I feel is for and we actually have touched on this before, like those fringe athletes who might not have made the team. They were forced to get it.
Yep.
And that was the only reason maybe they made the team. Maybe they still got cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of
But they
situations.
definitely were going to get cut.
But they didn't.
If they
They
didn't.
were hesitant, right? But they're like, shit, I need a job. And that's athletes. Everybody, so many people across the country and across the world got it because they were afraid of losing their job. And this is a situation
I
where
like to consider myself. That's where I was going to go. I like to consider myself a very open-minded person. I don't just shut something down right away. I've joked about stuff like when we were talking about like the sexual. Like, hold on, let's don't just say no. We just find out. Let's hear the details. Let's, But I actually believe that in a lot of things in life in general. I'm like, hold on, let's hear the whole thing. Just because you think it sounds insane does not mean that. Like, not just sell me on it. Like, tell me why. Like, give me the details. Give me the facts. Like, you know what? That is a possibility. That's what technically sounds corny, but that's what detectives do. They'll just shut it down. Not possible. You think that's how a fucking criminal investigation goes? That's not possible. He could have. Yeah, nope. That's how it goes. Keep an open mind. That's the moral of what I'm gathering from everything that you're saying. It has nothing to do with even beating down on this, that, and the other, either which way. It's like, just listen. Don't just flat out shut it down. Don't just say, no, it's not possible. Fuck off, get angry, whatever the scenario. Literally just listen.
Yep.
The facts are out there for every which way. Believe it or not, we could probably come up with a stat the other way, too. Right?
Yep.
But at least listen.
Exactly.
Shut it down is ridiculous. To not listen is retarded, with all due respect.
Hard R.
Yeah, it is though. I mean, it's completely ridiculous to not at least listen.
Yeah.
And drink it in. And like, hold on.
If you look at the numbers and it doesn't make you say, what correlates, and not be willing to say this
5G.
could be an issue. 5G's been around a little longer than that, though. So I don't
No, I know. No, my belief is they correlate.
Ooh.
That's my belief, though. I have the shot, so I have 5G everywhere I go.
Is that why my computer suddenly died out of nowhere?
No doubt.
At 100% battery?
We were communicating.
Might have been.
You know what would be a good way to solve it, though? The magic school bus.
Oh, yes.
Remember we
Love that shit.
fly the school bus
Yeah.
in there, and
They can figure it out.
they'd show me. I had a joke. I'm not gonna run with it though.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
It was gonna be good though.
You're right, though. So the words of wisdom are at least keep an open mind and think about it. You don't have to hold your ground because you believed in something and things changed.
Yeah.
Right?
You have more information.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing wrong from more information. You know what? I was wrong. I stand corrected.
Or say that you would have the conversation you just had. You should be able to have for somebody that's pro shot, pro everything.
Yeah.
And then you would sit there and listen to their side.
Exactly.
I mean,
Absolutely.
We've got to be able to have conversations.
we would. It would be a argument, and that's all it would be.
Yeah, think about a situation like this. Like, maybe best case scenario, it's not that. It has to do with something else. Cool. At least we looked. On the other side of that, if it's worst case scenario and you just block it out, don't let anybody talk about it, don't listen to anybody's opinion, 5 years, 10 years down the road, it all got stopped. You know,
The only other thing that came to my mind when you said it, so that because you have to think contradictive, right? We just went about this. The only other thing that came into my mind, if not related to that, energy drinks. Heavy usage, every little thing, you know, like everything that's getting pumped into your body, the pre-workouts, everything to try to take you up another level, another notch. That's the only other debate that I could possibly think of, because that's been taken up in this time frame too. That's the first thing that came across.
Yeah, cool. So to your point, right? So this data is here. That could be a potential issue. Let's look at that. Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like whatever it is.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Like you got to be willing to do that.
No, absolutely. Listen, look.
Shit's scary. If I knew my pilot was fucking passing out or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming energy.
You already know I don't like flying anyway, motherfucker. Like, come on, now you give me a... Nope, never flying again.
Driving everywhere.
Dude, I grew up drinking the original Four Locos with energy in it. One and done.
One and done.
They didn't last very long, did they?
No, people died.
People started dying.
People died.
Wonder why.
They didn't try to battle it either. They didn't try to say it wasn't happening.
We'll take it out.
Right.
Nope, we're done. We tried.
No, you can still buy them just without the energy in it.
Without the energy.
I found them today.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't buying
Not quite the same.
Having flashbacks of Nam over here. Man. All right, boys. Let's go ahead and start to wrap up. Hey, shout out to Marv's Custom Detail, by the way, for hooking us up with a nice little heater tonight.
Yeah. I actually took one hell of the edge out.
Yeah, it definitely did. So make sure if you need your car detailed or even worked on, hit him up. The man is a fucking magician.
Yep.
Be sure to do that. But as we wrap her up here, for those of you beautiful people that found us out there on the interwebs, be sure to like, subscribe, share, the whole 9 yards. But where would they do that, Jimmer? Where's the podcast available?
Anywhere, everywhere podcasts are available. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and, you know, of course, YouTube.
Let's go, baby. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. You love to see our beautiful faces. But we love to tell stories, too. Doesn't matter what it's about. We're not afraid to be controversial, obviously, and say what we want. So shoot us some stories. Make sure you hit us up. But where would they do that, Myles?
In the DMs.
Let's go, baby. Hit us up with a story. Anything, man. We love to laugh, especially. So, and we'll give you a shout out if you want to. But, boys, it's time to get out of here.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 3 Gig Sports. We out.
All this doubt around me, then but look, I got it right.